Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we're going to be looking at the Play Arts Kai figures that were shown at New York Toy Fair. Now, as you guys know, I wasn't able to make it this year, but I went around the internet and I found images of the figures so I could show them to you. The links for the particular websites I found them from will be in the description. The first figure I want to show is the Iron Man. This already went up for pre-order, so I don't want to spend too much time talking about it, but I wanted to give you guys a more practical look at the figure rather than just those promo pictures that they post. And I think it's a really cool look. It's kind of like the Marvel Now Iron Man envisioned by Square Enix. So I like the way it looks, and I'm pretty excited to finally get him. Next thing I want to show you is the Thor from the Play Arts Kai variant line. Now this is one I was not expecting, but I think it looks fantastic. Thor's armor is already kind of in that fantasy realm, so it suits the Play Arts Kai variant line very well. And I think it's going to be one of the best that we've seen so far. Once it comes out, we'll find out for sure, but we've got interchangeable hammer pieces with effect parts, interchangeable hands and faces, and just a really nice general composition for the figure, so I'm pretty excited about that. Very nice, classic looking Thor, but kind of with that modern styling. Little extra armor, little extra detail, and it's going to be a pretty cool figure, I think. And then next up we have Spider-Man, which we only saw that printout before. I think Spider-Man looks absolutely fantastic. I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan, but I like the character, and I really like what Square Enix did with this. The combinations of blue and red and black, it really makes this figure pop. It's a very classic looking Spider-Man mixed with a very armored, modern look as well. So I think they did a great job of blending those two stylings. And then that little black piece on the neck, I think that really stands out as a cool design concept. He's going to have multiple interchangeable hands, looks like a spiderweb base and a bunch of different spiderweb accessories. So he should be a pretty fun figure to pose and just to display. Very dynamic looking figure. I think they did a good job of putting the colors where they need to be to draw the eye from place to place without looking too crowded. And then they showed Venom. We'll see how this turns out. Of course, it looks cool now. We'll see what the figure actually looks like. If Spider-Man is any hint, then this guy's going to be a pretty nice figure. Next up, we have the Wild West Batman, which is already on pre-order, so I didn't want to talk about it too much, but I wanted to show it since it was there, and this way you guys get to see a practical application of this figure actually standing up on a display. He looks pretty cool. If you don't mind Wild West stuff, then this is probably a Batman pickup that's worth making. I will be reviewing this figure. I should be reviewing all of these, actually. We'll see. Next is the Bushido Batman, which is the samurai/Japanese inspired Batman. It does seem a little bit busy to me personally, but I think once we have it in hand, it's not going to be so bad. It's just kind of this harsh lighting from the display stage, I think, is what's making it look a little crowded. But I think it'll be alright once we actually have an in-hand look at the figure. And then next is the Steampunk Batman, which I'm not a huge steampunk fan, but I think this looks awesome. I like some of the concepts they have going on with the pistons and things, and it just looks really cool with the cape and the little details throughout with the kind of metal lining and that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty excited about the Steampunk Batman. Next up is my favorite, which is the Spartan Batman. I think this guy just looks absolutely awesome. The bat armor is very kind of similar to the Spartan armor that they would wear, and I think this just blends in perfectly between Batman and then the Spartan Warriors. I'm super excited for this one. I think this might be the one to set the standard for these new figures. And then we have the Nomura Catwoman, which will go with the Batman that we saw at Comic-Con last year, San Diego Comic-Con that is. I didn't care for this when we saw pictures of this from, I think it was New York Comic-Con, but I think this looks awesome in these photos, so I'm really psyched to get this and to pair it with the Batman that we can show you right now. This Nomura Batman, which is that really massive looking black and red version. Super excited for that. I cannot wait to have that and to show you guys what that looks like in the review. Next up is the Arkham Knight Batman. The figure itself looks awesome. I think Square did a really good job with it. Personally, I'm not sure how I feel about the design. Every figure of this guy makes it seem like his torso is really long and narrow. So I think that's an armor design issue that whatever company is making it, I don't remember anymore. Whoever designed the Batman, I don't know, I think they kind of, something about it just makes the torso look strange. So I'm excited for the figure. I think it looks awesome, but I'm a little concerned about that. That face though, Square did a great job with that face. It looks absolutely amazing, and all the detail in the armor as well. It looks like it's a real person standing there. And then Harley Quinn. I don't remember seeing this before, at least not a painted version. It looks pretty cool. It's definitely not the most out there design for Harley Quinn that we've seen from the Arkham series. but it does look like a nice kind of a more balanced look for her, and I think it'll be good once we see it in the game. It's just definitely not quite as crazy or dynamic or out there, so it's going to take some adjusting, but it looks like it's going to be a good figure. We have the interchangeable hat and hair parts with some hands, a new face, and a gun, of course, so should be a fun figure to have. And then we have Arkham Knight himself. This figure looks great. I don't know how I feel about the design yet on this guy. We're going to have to see it in practice. I'm not usually a fan of the camo mixed with armor look. He looks kind of like Briarios, but still looks really cool, and I'm excited to see how this character shapes up. Hopefully the story in the game lives up to the cool design of the character. And then the figure looks spot on, so I'm excited for that. I love this kind of future tech armor look that they're going with in this new Arkham Knight game. Very excited for that. Then we have the character, I believe, Revolver Ocelot. I haven't played these MGS games too much, but this character looks really cool, and I think all of you MGS fans are going to really like this. They packed in a ton of detail, and all those clothing wrinkles, and then those flaps on the shoulders, and the scarf, and just everything about this guy looks really, really well done. So I can imagine any of you guys that like the Metal Gear franchise, this is going to be one to look out for. Looks like it's a super high quality figure. He's going to have the interchangeable hands and everything that we expect. And now we have the sneaking suit Snake with that robot hand. I'm definitely getting this guy. You guys know, as I just mentioned, I'm not a big MGS person, but this figure looks awesome. Absolutely stunning. I'm going to get this figure so I can put it with my Quiet figure, because I had to get that because she's mostly naked. And so then I'm going to have both of those on my shelf. And there's that one that they listed as the Burning Man. I believe that's the character called Volgin, I think from MGS3, but we'll see. They haven't confirmed that to my knowledge. I didn't look too close at the card. It might even say it on there. But this figure looks awesome. And I know I showed it from Comic-Con last year, but wanted to show it again just because it looks so darn cool. And then we have this character, which I don't know anything about other than I think her name is Miku, but I've seen images of it, and this figure looks fantastic. So if you're into this, whatever it is, I didn't read the card again, but whatever this figure is from, whatever the character is, looks awesome. So I think you guys will probably like it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other videos like this. And in the meantime, keep collecting.